Hi, I'm Stephanie Stanton with Mahalo.com. We are talking today about some of the psychological aspects of parenting, and joining us now is Dr. Megan and Dr. Sarah to talk about bullying, a hot topic, of course, in the news these days. What are the different types of bullying?
I would say there's physical and verbal. So that's the kind of thing that you most often see at school, on the playground, or maybe between classes, that kind of thing, or even, kids are talking during class, they might be able to use verbal abuse, and that might take the form of calling the kid a name, calling him stupid, or making fun of a kid for maybe not getting the best grade on something or the way they look. It's very common to kind of degrade a child and put the child down. Physical bullying happens where the kid is pushed around, maybe beaten up, maybe their items stolen, things like that. And then a lot of times today we have cyberbullying, which is taking on a whole new life of its own, and is a completely different animal in terms of how to deal with it.
How do you know if your child is being bullied?
That's a really good question. A lot of parents are lucky in the sense that their child will come and tell them that they're having trouble at school. A lot of times it will show up on the playground, where they might have difficulty dealing with a kid who is giving your child a hard time. And if you're lucky, the child will come home and tell you about it. Sometimes that doesn't happen, and you might see that your child is acting out aggressively, maybe acting out the behavior that has been given to them on the playground, or you might see some social withdrawal where they're avoiding going to school. They might say, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to the playground, things like that.
When that happens, what do you do as a parent?
Well, I mean, there are some other symptoms that you might notice, that some things are missing from your child. Maybe they go to school with their backpack and they come home without their backpack, or they may come home with unexplained scratches, bruises, some of these things that you should address directly with your child and not just ignore this. And, some kids will come and tell you that they're being bullied and ask you to keep it a secret. But this is something that needs to be taken seriously by parents and not be kept a secret. And as a parent, you can talk about how to empower your child.
Before we get into that, is there some concern from a parent's perspective that the kid could be bullied worse if the parent steps in and, let's say, goes to the school? Should you go to the school right away?
I think in terms of empowering the child, that's an important step for the socialization of the child and their self-esteem. For the child to have a chance to confront the bully, that's sort of a first step if it can happen, if it's safe enough. And when I say confront the bully, I mean more like saying, I don't want to play with you, or removing him or herself from that social situation that's putting him or her in danger. And then I think if that doesn't work, the next step would definitely be to get the school involved, to get the teachers involved, so that the child has an advocate and doesn't feel afraid. And that can all happen pretty quickly.
Yeah, obviously each bullying situation is different, but we don't want to encourage kids to just, hey, go and push the bully and punch the bully in the face. But you do want to encourage children to do what? I mean, walk away?
Well, sometimes they can find the words to be able to stand up for themselves in class. And if they're not able to do this on their own, a lot of kids are able to find somebody in the school that they feel like can advocate for them as well. So maybe if the parent doesn't want to go and talk to the teacher right away, the student can go and talk to their teacher about what's happening, and maybe talk privately to the teacher or talk to the principal or somebody that they feel like they can trust. And in addition, they can talk to their own peer group. And this can be another way that a parent can get involved, is helping the child find somebody that is a positive peer group, so there's another support system in the school for the child.
So it goes without saying, I mean, obviously parents need to keep out for the signs of bullying at school, but also online as well. So thank you both for some great advice when it comes to identifying bullying.
Okay, thank you.
If you'd like more information about parenting, you can click on any of the links you see here. You can also subscribe to Mahalo Parenting, and you can send us an email if you'd like a specific answer to a specific parenting topic at requests@mahalo.com. Thanks so much for watching.